Hey guys, Dr. Michael Derry here today. So we're gonna go over a 10-minute little routine to unlock that stiff lower back. Back stiffness is something that I treat all the time. And I've learned some tips and tricks along the way to help people improve their stiffness quickly. And so if you're looking to level up your routine and improve some of that stuck, stiff lower back, let's unlock it with these good exercises and let's spend about 10 minutes or so doing it. Get on the floor, use your yoga mat, get in your bed. It doesn't matter. We could do this anywhere, but you're gonna wanna start lying down, use your pillow, make sure you're comfortable, but we're gonna give our back a little bit of TLC because in the spine, motion is lotion. All right, gang, so I'm gonna start off lying on my back and we're gonna start in a position that's called hook lying. So hang with me here. So hook lying is just knees bent up. That tends to feel better in people who have back stiffness or issues in their back. And so we're gonna start knees up. And we're gonna start with hands down on our side. You can use a pillow underneath your head, and we're just gonna start rocking side to side. Now, as I mentioned earlier, motion is lotion in that lumbar spine. So you're gonna rock side to side. If you're feeling a restriction or discomfort, if you rock to one side, don't work past it, just work up to it. And so for me right now, working to my left feels different than my right. My left's not able to go as far, but I'm just gonna listen to my body, and eventually you'll notice those knees are getting closer to the edge. If you want to level this up, breathe out at the end of each rep, and that takes the air out of your lungs. And we're going to use that technique throughout because when the air is out of your lungs, you get more range of motion of your spine. You're going to move side to side here. It is awesome exercise. Awesome, awesome. It's one of the go-to ones that I use. I know it's fundamental, and I'm telling you, people have done this before, but when you combine all of these, it does really, really well for you. So we're gonna do about 20 reps there, and then we're gonna move right into what I call a knees to chest. And this one, we're not gonna spend a lot of time here. We're just gonna give ourselves a pull. Oh man, I am feeling that today. Woo! So our spine is meant to rotate, it's meant to flex and extend. And so we're gonna do a lot of that with this little routine to unlock that stiffness. And so I tell people you can have the knees spread out, or you can bring them in and pull them in. Whatever you feel in your back more really doesn't matter. About 10 reps or so here, 1 second hold. Then we're gonna be back on our back. We're gonna straighten, in this case, our left leg, bend our right, and pull our right over with our left hand. A good glute stretch. We're gonna be here for about 10 seconds. And then notice my breath there, I was breathing out. We're gonna switch it up. So right leg straight, left leg bent, pull that left knee with the right hand, and breathe out. About 10 seconds here. You should feel that right into the glute meat, the buttock muscle, right into those glutes. It'll give you a nice pull, about 10 seconds there. So we've went over lumbar rotations, we went to knees to chest, and now we're working back into another rotation move, and it feels good. Oh, about 10-second hold there. Feel free to pause the video and hang out there for a minute. I don't really care, or don't hang out at all and just do a nice little pulsing at the end. The theme here I want you to remember is not blow past your discomfort. Let your body loosen up over time. And that's what we're gonna wanna do. Now we're gonna go right into our hands and knees. Ooh, take your time. All right, knees underneath hips, hands underneath shoulders. And you're gonna do what's called a cat camel. So head up, butt out. Head underneath you, butt in. Oh, right there's where I feel it. Head up and butt out. For some reason today, extension, sticking my butt out, isn't as stiff as flexion for me, butt in. 20 reps here. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in, and then breathe out. Breathe in, and then breathe out. And breathe in, and then breathe out. You guys should start noticing that things are feeling a little bit better already, which is great. Now we're gonna go right into that prayer stretch. So stick those hands out, butt down. Oh, here. Now, if you have any knee discomfort, then just don't go down as far. If you have any hip discomfort, maybe you spread your knees out a little bit. So that previous one was called cat camel. We'll do about 20 of those, and then we'll do about 10 of these prayer stretches, which is deeper into that range. Remember I told you flexion for me was a little stiff today? I'm feeling it with that deep flexion range of motion. I'm gonna need this. Ooh, that was so much better there. So breathe out, breathe in, then breathe out. And breathe in. And breathe out. Okay, so that's a good amount of reps there. I'm feeling loose as a goose. So the cat camel, the previous one was flexion and extension. That one was flexion, and now we're gonna work into that rotation. This one's called thread the needle. So we're gonna reach through, stabilize with your, we'll start with our right arm, stabilize with our right arm, reach through with your left, keep the right and left fairly straight, and then go the other way. For this, the number one thing that I see people forget is their head. You wanna rotate your head to follow your arm. So I'm rotating to the left, I'm looking to the left, rotating to the right, I'm looking to the right. The neck is connected to your spine. You wanna move the whole spine here. Don't be surprised if you get a little crackle-lackle in that lower back. It feels really good. For this one, we'll do about 5 reps on each side. Opening up the spine, closing down, breathe out. Now we're gonna switch, stabilize with the left hand, reach with the right, reach through with that right hand, breathe out, open up. My arms stay fairly straight. Now there are some people who like to bend and collapse and go all the way through here. That's completely up to you. For me, I feel like being a little more strict with this range is harder, but it works into that restriction. So this is called thread the needle. And by restriction, I mean for your body, where you may feel like you don't have any range of motion left, or you feel like you're running into a brick wall or some stiffness. And you're gonna breathe out. About 5 reps on each side is a good one that I like to do for that. And so a lot of times people report that they feel pretty good after this one. It does get the blood flowing a little bit. You're more than welcome to do like alternating, like you see me now. I'm alternating side to side just to give my body some of that range of motion. So I'm gonna reach through and then come up. Ooh. And then speed it up once you feel a little more comfortable. But the first few reps, you're gonna wanna take your time, you're gonna wanna breathe and work in through that range of motion and restriction. So we went over a couple lying down, and then we went over a couple on our hands and knees, which is the cat camel, the prayer stretch, and then the thread the needle. And then as a little bonus here, we're gonna move into another great lumbar flexion and extension exercise I like to use that tends to be very beneficial, but a lot of people don't know or spend the time on it. So we're gonna go as a bonus here. We're gonna go on our back in that hook line position again. And then as the last one here, we're gonna work on pelvic tilts. And so this is actually not really a strengthening exercise. It's more of a motor control exercise. And so people who've had long time discomfort have difficulties tilting their pelvis forward and back because that motor control isn't there. Think about motor control as being like when you see a young child learning how to run. It looks really sloppy at first, but they put in the reps and it cleans up. And it's the same thing in our back. And so we want to think mentally of decreasing that space as we rock back and increasing that space in our lower back as we come forward. So this great mobility and stiffness regimen is a great way to start your day and just really unlock different levels of your back, working into all of its available range of motion and function that it's able to do, flexion, extension, rotation, and working those the movements to help improve mobility. And in the small joints of your back and your lumbar spine in general, motion is lotion. Now, there are very few people that I run through that regimen with, and we learn to listen to our body and not push past its limits, but more listen to it and flirt with those discomfort that don't feel better afterwards. So stand up, see how you feel. This is a great way to start your day. Motion is lotion for that lumbar spine. And even if you have degeneration or arthritis and other stuff going on, it's still a great way to improve the way your back feels. So try it out, see how it goes. The reps and sets that I like to recommend will be in the description. But if you guys have any questions, leave it in the comments and I will get back to you. But as always, guys, subscribe if you want to see some more stuff like this. And as always, stay healthy, keep moving, and take care of yourself.